Hey guys, happy Thursday. Well, another chapter ends. Donald was acquitted. We all knew that coming in. Mitch never lied. He told us the truth all along, that it would be a fast trial and he'd be acquitted. So no surprises there. The moon right now, like I feel like this evening I'm going to be getting a message later on. I don't know what it is still, but I've been compelled and moved to do this and have a little chat with you guys. So right now the moon is 7 degrees Cancer. It's conjunct the North Node, and I chose this time because that's the path that we're going. And I keep feeling like, okay, so impeached, acquitted, next step is, like, it felt like kind of after he was acquitted, there was a silence and a pause, like everyone kind of taking a sigh of relief, like, we're done. We knew this was going to happen, let's wrap everything up and move on to the next thing. And then all of a sudden in my mind, I was like, step 2. I was like, what? What's step 2? What are we talking about? And then I could see my mind's eye, Nancy and Adam, swiftly walking together like they normally do, but with, a different focus on their face, but determined, but now the focus is shifted and now they're going to go do something else. I don't know what it is. And then when I tuned into Donald, my gosh, you'd think being acquitted, he'd be like happy and just, his gross happy celebration at someone else's expense. No, that wasn't him. And I will tell you, since this past weekend, maybe even last week, he has felt so detached. It's been easy to tune into him and things that he's doing, plans that are coming. He has a very consistent energy that is full of spark, energy moving forward, except sometimes I've tuned into him when he's like been doing drugs. I don't know what, but I'm like, no, I'm done with that. I don't want to see any of that anymore. So, but like since last week, there's this weird detachment from him. Like he doesn't live at the White House. Like he doesn't do this job. Like he's just kind of, I don't want to say walked away from it. I don't want to say like he's not president anymore. But that's what it feels like. Just kind of this, I don't care. I'm done with this. And like leaves. That's how the energy is felt. I'm not saying that's what he's saying he's doing, but that's the emptiness that's there. He's just not occupying his role at the White House or whatever he does for the past 3 years. It's been a totally different thing since last Friday. So tonight, then, when I see him, tune into him, he's still that detached. But now he is just darkness seething. If you could seethe so much with fury and anger that you just kind of turn into like a black condensed cloud, like in a cave where you don't even have any form, but you're just so angry that the more furious you get, you just compact more upon yourself. And then like his eyes were just these two like beady red orange eyes, almost like like a laser that a cat chases, almost like that, except there were no lasers. It was just that beady red with some like orange inside. Just so like it's not even human. It's just weird. And this was in the evening. Like we got stuff to do, and I'm like trying to like get ready, get out the door because we're gonna be late. So like that was him. And I'm like, well, maybe something else is going on. I don't know. And then I had a thought, I was like, popped into my mind, well, what if Donald being acquitted in public, you know, because he cannot handle bad press, anything, he needs ratings. The only way he could save face, part of like a negotiation for him to leave and get out of here, was to be acquitted in public. Because he had zero celebration. He was just so seething, angry. And it wasn't necessarily because Mitt did that. It was because he had to do something he did not want to do ever. And there's just no way out. So, having said that long story, this is the horoscope at the time of acquittal, okay? So if this is the eastern horizon, this is a western horizon over the Capitol building. This is the sky, everybody can see. And then this is below the horizon. We can't see these planets. The sun has set, okay? The moon is rising in the east. It's like, you know, a quarter way up the sky. It's in Cancer, which has to do with home, you know, defenses. On the ascendant, we have the sign of Leo, because that's what was coming over the eastern horizon when they acquitted him. 23 degrees Leo. That is pretty close to his natal Mars and his ascendant. It does square his midheaven, the top of his chart, like where you always aspire to go to, because his midheaven is 24 degrees Taurus. This is 24 degrees Leo. That is an exact square. You can notice here we just passed a really hard opposition from the moon to Mars. In this area of public servants, investigations, here we have the sun, which represents a leader of a nation, in the 6th house. So he's like in this area that's occupied by all of the house members, all these public servants, and he's just sitting there. He has no other planets around. I mean, look at how lonely he is. I mean, he's got like this asteroid series over here, which has to do with how you nurture yourself. He didn't want to have anything to do with that. But his ruler, as a Gemini, is above the horizon. He can't access it, so he's just kind of sitting out here in no man's land. And so he has the favor of being acquitted. He can't do anything. And the sun here is opposite his natal Mars and Jupiter, which hang out in the area of secret places. He has nothing. He has no leverage over anything. So this is when he was acquitted. Sun, Venus. Venus is in the 8th. And you know what? It's almost like, this almost felt like this was no favor to him, because when you look at the top of the chart where you're going to, it's ruled by Venus. We have Venus over here in Pisces, which tends to be the compassionate servant, the healer, but it's in the 8th house, this area of life, death, transformation. Well, we're done with the impeachment, acquittal, whatever, but it's in this hard T-square to Mars. Venus and Mars, there's no love there. Venus, he loves money. It's in square to the moon in the north node. No love. He has nothing. He can't. And this money is in the 8th house of shared resources. I mean, it's just, he has nothing to grasp on and manipulate there. He's just so angry. So this was the Taroscope at the moment of his acquittal. So the card of the reading is the Hermit, the investigation. Yeah, everyone took their tally, took their vote, acquitted him. He has felt totally impeached and hopeless, worthless, but getting acquitted, he makes him feel just a little bit less awful. I can't believe this. This area has to do with income and gains, your values. It's the end. It's the end of his cycle. So for him, his income gains value, it's barren. There's nothing here. It's the end of his cycle. He's a Gemini. He rules this area, this sector. It says here, because I did the astrology cards, the void of course moon, meaning at the time, this is when the moon has no aspects, it has nothing to grasp. This says the moon has nothing to grasp and missing. There are communications missing here about the election. This could be the 2016 election. It could be what he's planning to do with the 2020 election. This could be him and Melania and Moflo and Stubb, how they... But this has to do with communication. Something's missing. What's bearing down in Washington, D.C. when he gets impeached, he drew the office of the President of the United States. But get this, the 5th house, this area is supposed to represent the sun, the leader, the Queen of Cups, the United States of America. I don't even know which reading it was that I did recently, but I was shocked because maybe it was our allies, maybe it was Speaker Pelosi, like talking with them in the background. In that particular reading, I was shocked because everyone, allies or the 6 Wands mob, you know, his cronies, the 5th house always shows up. Either it's like Donald as, you know, candidate Donald, 10 of Pentacles, or it's the White House is the 4 of Wands, or sometimes it's Stubb is the King of Cups. When we talk to our allies, they recognize the leader of the nation was the Queen of Cups. And then later on in clarifiers, the Queen of Wands, who's usually Speaker Pelosi, she came up as the Queen of Cups. So the allies were recognizing Speaker Pelosi as the leader of the nation. This is Donald's Taroscope. He recognizes the leader of a nation. He drew the Queen of Cups. He's not in charge. You know how he always saw himself as emperor? He has emperor all the way over in lands traveled far away. That's Putin's house. I have never seen him as emperor over in Putin's house unless Donald now regards him as king emperor of the world. Because, you know, Nancy's there now and he's done. This is very peculiar. So in this area of public servants, our military, investigations, intelligence, day-to-day activities, he drew the 4 of Cups. He was forced into something, an option he does not like, by his colleagues. This is what he drew. Usually he draws like money or someone's going to take some money and hand it off to someone else. I've never seen this here from him. 7th house, we the people. Question marks, what's happening? What's happening? We don't know. This is something that involves MoFlo. And the money that goes back and forth, I got that through my original reading with Pelosi and the agreement that she had. Shared resources, other people's money, taxes, money laundering, bribes, sharing the Knight of Wands. So who is the Knight of Wands are a shared resource. You know, usually this is the Republican Party. It's like all the people he has doing his Irans, like, you know, Pompeo and Mulvaney and, you know, Lindsay and all those yahoos. But they're a shared resource now. They're not his. They're a shared resource. I don't know with who. This is, it says Libra, I balance. Where's Libra? Libra's over. A shared 11th house friends. I don't know who this is. Emperor, what's crowning Donald in D.C.? The 8 of Wands. It's moving quickly. Let's wrap this up. His hopes and wishes, friendships, new money, new power. Aquarius. Now, this is his secret, the Knight of Pentacles. Someone's running some money around for him. And this is his hidden enemy, the Ace of Wands. Now, either this is Donald's Ace of Wands he's inflicting on someone else, or is being inflicted upon him. So, this Ace of Wands. This Ace of Wands. You're a secret enemy. What do you do? Ace of Wands, your secret enemy. You're a hidden enemy that's taking action. I don't know if it's against Donald or someone else. What do you do? Ace of Wands, you. What? Is this supposed to be this way or this? It's supposed to be this way. This has been showing up a lot is Brittany Kaiser. You know, the one in the great hack? Is this Brittany Kaiser? Yes, this is Brittany Kaiser. She is his hidden enemy. Okay, why? Why is Brittany Kaiser your hidden enemy? Because she has all the intercepts and she's handed them over from what they did and all the offers that he made. There you go, that Seven of Cups, that cloudy haze, the operation that they had against we the people, stealing data, manipulating their minds to win an election. All the bribes. And he's the indicted fool, the 6 Wands mob. So that's his hidden enemy. Okay. I want to see, I would like to see Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney.